Hey you guys, it's Tantan to Photon Man coming at you guys with my spellbook deck profile. Same deck that I was playing against the Gustos and in the upcoming matchup against my in my matchup with Madolches. So let me go ahead and get started into it. I am going to do a little bit of my side deck later on. It's not too terribly important, but if you're looking for any kind of ideas, I decided to show whatever I decided to play. But for our monsters, I do play the one world. I do like the idea of having the ability to nuke the board and just gain massive advantage. I still feel like it's very viable, especially against tellers. However, it could be very difficult to get off. I don't know. It's just something that I felt was a decent choice to continue playing, but it's optional for me. It's kind of a player preference. But afterwards, we play the 3 Prophecy of Priestess, and yeah, I mean, Priestess is Priestess. I mean, she's the beauty of the deck. She's what makes this deck even remotely viable. On top of that, I do play 3 Justice. Now, I know a lot of people do like her at 1, maybe 2. I do get into a small argument with my friend about this, but me personally, I like the idea of seeing a lot more monsters, just for the fact that the deck has a very hard time with bricking. And so I figured upping the monster count and upping the consistency of my searching would be a better way of maximizing my chances of getting plays off and minimizing my chances of getting a hand brick. I also played 2 Temperance. I know that a lot of people also played at 1. Me personally, for the fact that I am playing World, I figured 2 would be a good choice for it. Just for the fact that, like, if I want to make a quick Priestess, I can, and then maybe late game if I want to go for that World blow up play just to gain that last bit of advantage. I could easily do that, and I really wouldn't have to waste the life on it, and I could save it for a Priestess or a Blue Boy or whatever I needed it for. But again, it's also player preference. On top of that, I do play the wonderful 3 Blue Boy. I mean, Blue Boy's Blue Boy. He's your searcher and your play starter, and heart and soul, man. I also decided to play 2 Valor just for the fact of the heavy Necros and the heavy Teller and Rogue matchups in this area. Aside from that, it's a quick negate, but it's also to help me keep my my tower alive. It just helped me keep drawing and continue to get to my pieces and keep my consistency going. But other than that, that's my my monster count. Moving on to spells, I play the 2 Tower. I mean, Tower's Tower, my free +1 and my 1-for-1 at the beginning. And then the mandatory 3 Secrets, 2 Master. Now I decided instead of 3 Crescent, I dropped it down to 2 just for the fact that I didn't like drawing into it late game. And I mean, if I really, really, really needed, I can always recycle it. I felt that 3 was overkill and could easily be a dead draw. Sure, it's another name, but I'd rather draw into other more important cards versus just a dead draw duality that I can't use. So I figured 2 was a very, very good balance for it. 2 Wisdom, just because I do not like back row, and Wisdom's wisdom. 2 Eternity, because who doesn't like recycling? 1 Fate, because of Fate, and 1 Power, because Power is a great searcher and a great beater. And the 1 Life, free Monster Reborn, who doesn't like Monster Reborn? Double duality to continue upping my consistency, and then I decided to play the 1 Book of Moon to get out of that Jin lock and to also get my extra search with Blue Boy. And I mean, all in all, it's a great battle trap, so in a sense. And the 1 Regeki, I may decide to put that into the side deck later, and if I really, really want to, I could always put in the 3rd Crescent, but personally I like main decking it, just for the fact that I never know what I'm going up against first game, and if I need it, I can keep it. If I don't, I can side it. So I figured it was a good choice to keep in the main deck just in case. Now for the traps, play 2 Mirror Force. I decided to take it down for 3, just because 3 was a bit overkill from the fact that I'm playing World and I've already got Triple Priestess, pretty much a walking JD, and 2 3 board clearing cards. So I mean, why not drop it down to 2? It made room for the extra Veiler just to give me the tower alive and to help stop the Necros. That, and I'm also playing the 2 Fiendish Chain. I've already got enough monster clearing. I needed a lot more effect clearing. Just for the fact that I've had a very, very hard time getting around monster effects. I can easily protect against spell and traps, but getting around those monsters is really, really difficult. And so I felt upping the monster negation and downing the board clearing was a better choice instead of just focusing on the board clearing defense. I also play the 1-ofs of the Solemn Warning and the Bottomless. I don't play Compulse. I don't see the need for it. I also didn't have the room. I couldn't find the room. But I mean, the fact that I'm constantly clearing the board and I'm shutting down monster effects, I really don't see the point in bouncing it back to the hand, just for the fact that I'd rather it be off the field and not less accessible to reuse. But that's it for the main deck. For my extra deck, I play 2 Hierophant. I know a lot of people play it at 1, but I don't like Bottomless. And for that off chance that I don't have the Wisdom and I really desperately need to make it, I have that second option. That, and I mean, you really rarely go into that extra deck. So, I mean, for the off chance that you can make it and it is still live, it's nice to have, especially if you lose it the first time. Then for the other 7s, I play Dracosac because Dracosac, Big Eye because who doesn't love Big Eye, and Blades just for Burning Abyss. And then for my 2s, Sky Cavalry, Digesto, Herald, Gachi, and Shining Elf. I would like to bump Sky Cavalry up to 2, and I'm actually thinking about putting in a couple 3s, just for the fact that the other day, I think it was against my matchup with Madolches actually, where I was able to make a 3 and I could have used it. However, I wasn't able to make them. I don't know, I'm still kind of deciding whether or not I am or am not going to do it, but I figure having the option would be nice, and if I can make it and I need to make it, I have that option. So I'm just looking for a decent choice to put in there, and not something just like Zenmaines or what's his name, Fortune Tuner, some bad cards like that. And then the 1 Stardust, I am going to put a Leo in here. I can make Leo just off of life and a Priestess and my Veilers. So it's pretty tough, but I can do it. And if I can make it and I need to make it, it's still a good idea. But still, the reason I play the Stardust is for my side deck, which I'll move into. But hopefully it'll explain it. It's probably a bad choice. I haven't really had a chance to make it, but it's more or less for the rogue match. For my side, I am playing 1 Jowgen just because special summoning is a problem against me. And then if I can help lock down the board, then, I mean, why would I not want to lock down the board? 2 Kaiku just for the, mostly for the Necros matchup. I don't like my opponent having a graveyard presence for them to recycle, and I'd rather get it completely off the, or out of the way, just so I can not only hinder them and stop their plays, but increase my chances of being able to beat them. Just for the fact that they have such a wide toolbox, I'd rather get rid of their ability to access that and keep myself going and stop them from going. 2 Droll the Lockbird, just for the fact that there is a lot of searching going on, and I like the idea of having a walking Thunder King. And the fact that it's also a spellcaster, it keeps my tower alive, and it continues giving me that +1. So I mean, it's still a really, really viable option for the side and the continuous lockdown, or at least slowing down. I also play our side in the 2 MSTs, just for rogue and game 2s, pretty standard. And then 2 Shadow Imprisoning just for the Burning Abyss and the Shaddolls. 1 Rivalry. I mean, I played Madolche the other day, and I figured if it's still being run, especially in the area, it'd be pretty safe to have. It is, all local based, so, whatever fits your area could be easily replaced with it. But me personally, I felt it was a decent tech-in choice, or at least side-in choice. 2 Wiretap, because like I said, I really hate back row, and I absolutely hate playing Teller Knights. And any chance I can get to help clear their board, like their freaking counter trap. I hate that card so much. I mean, it's a great card, but I like the idea of forcing them to sacrifice a monster and then just completely remove that trap off the board. And it's really, really cute. And so I figured it'd be a nice trap. And also, there is a lot of rogue matchup in the area that I'm at. I've noticed a lot of back row, especially the constant mirror forces and the solemns. I figured it was a great way to get out of that, especially if it became a problem for me. But yeah, that was just kind of my choice. 2 Impaler Iron Wall, just for the fact that I hate removal. Like, me personally, I can do it, and it kind of hinders me, and it's not a very, very often side in. But, I mean, if I do decide to play it, or side it, I can always take out 2 Priestess and then just replace it, and really help lock down my opponent from abusing their graveyard and just constantly getting plays off, and I like the idea of it. And then the last card in my side is the Starlight Road, mostly for the mirror forces that I may run into. A lot of people that I've been playing have been maining 3 or maining 2, and it's just been a real issue. So I decided to tech in the 1 Starlight for the negate and the free Stardust. I mean, if I can get 2 extra negates, that's beautiful, and not only is it a beater and almost like an extra wiretap, it gives me a constant recyclable negation, and I really like the idea of being able to make that, and then sitting behind this or the Stardust and a Priestess, and just being able to not really fear what I can run into. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I decided to play. That's what I've been playing. Hopefully you guys can enjoy this. I'm sorry that it's pretty awkward, but yeah, that's my spellbook deck. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if there's any other ideas that you guys may have had, let me know, and leave a comment in the description. As always, like, subscribe, and comment. Thanks.